Hello, everyone. I wanted to come on here and talk about everything that's going on right now in the country, in our beautiful nation, because I feel like it is extremely important to have a voice during all of this. And I want you to know exactly where I stand and why I stand where I stand and who I am and why I say what I say and why I feel so deeply what I feel. So, I made a couple of notes. I scrabbled a little bit. I don't know. Anyway, I want to talk about them. And I'm so happy that this is going to be on my platform forever. And if something is to happen to me, it's crazy that we have to think about that. But literally, that's where things have happened, or that's where things have gone. That's how things have progressed, if you can call it progression. So firstly, Black Lives Matter. We've heard this, we've seen this in posts, we've seen this everywhere. I want to talk to you about what that means. Black Lives Matter, Dorian, all lives matter. We're all this one consistent thing, and we're a melting pot, we're one. I wish. That's not how it is right now. And you have to understand that if that is still your perspective, that all lives matter, and you don't understand what people are talking about saying Black Lives Matter, you need to talk to a Black person. You need to expand your viewpoint, and you need to talk, and you need to hear, and you need to educate yourself. That is called empathy. That is called a feeling for someone else and having curiosity about what they feel like, why they are living the way they live, and their perspective on the world. White people have a completely different perspective than Black people. You could be raised in the same town. You could be adopted by the same parents. You could have the exact same upbringing, but you are going to live a completely different experience. White people and Black people, Mexican people, Hispanic, Asian, everyone. But right now it's about Black people, and it's about standing in solidarity with your Black sisters and brothers. So, Black Lives Matter. Yes, all lives do matter. However, we see now in our country that with increasing police brutality, that it doesn't seem as though the people who are supposed to be protecting and serving, they're not protecting and serving everyone. So saying all lives matter when someone says Black Lives Matter is like saying, I'm sorry, I'm outside and it's probably terrible sound and there's a plane going on right now. But I want to get in and out, so I'm just going to keep talking. If someone house is burning down, they call the fire department to come burn down their house, and then it's like their neighbor whose house is not burning down saying, "Hey, my house matters too. Can you sprinkle some water on my house?" Bro, your house is not on fire. It's our house that's on fire right now. You need to stand with your neighbor in solidarity with them as their brother and be heard and let them know that they are heard. It's not that hard. I mean, sorry. Okay, look. Let me say this too. I come from a place where I don't feel like I need to pacify anyone. I don't need to comfort or make this necessarily easier for white people. That's not the state of mind I'm at. There might be Black people like that. I'm one person. I'm one Black person with one Black experience, and I'm speaking for myself. I'm not here to berate anyone. Anyway, I'm just going to keep going because I don't want to even edit this. I just want to go straight through, and we can keep it moving. So white privilege. White privilege is the next thing I want to talk about. If you've probably heard this before, and if you're a white person, you might be thinking, hey, I was raised in the south side of Detroit, or the south side of Chicago, or I was raised somewhere, I didn't have a lot of money, my parents were blah, 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 blah. I don't have any privilege. What you don't understand is that when we say white privilege, what we're saying is that you don't walk out of your door thinking that you might die purely because of your skin color. You might think, oh, that's a little dramatic. Not every Black person thinks that. You have to step out of your way of thinking. And you have to understand that people are thinking this. I have been thinking this myself, going to protests and being a Black woman at a protest. I might come off more aggressive or more angry to a white officer just because of how they inherently think about Black people. I don't want to get too far into that. You have to do your own research and see how the police force is just extremely messed up. And there is systematic racism that is literally built into this country that needs to be removed through our education system, good parenting. I don't know, I'm sorry. Sometimes it's just not that hard to understand. And I'm already at the place where it's like, I don't really care. If like one of my friends is a Trump supporter, or if one of my friends is an All Lives Matter person, I don't really count you as a friend. I don't think you know me. And I don't think you really care about my well-being. And that's just in my heart. That's my perspective. That's how I feel. Defund the police. That's the next thing I wanted to say. We are paying tax dollars for these white cops to kill us. But Dorian, there's so many cops that do great things and protect and serve, and they're good people. I don't believe that there are good cops. I believe that there are good people that put on a uniform, but the second you put on a uniform and you make rules of the government more important than your ethics, you're trash. And your company is trash, and the whole organization is trash. And I don't want to pay tax dollars to fund people that are murdering my brothers. All right. Thinking in a 360 point of view. I think I'm saying it right. I don't know if it's 180, because 360 is like you go full circle and you're kind of back at the same place. So maybe it's 180. But basically, I don't only try to think of myself as, I don't only try to act on things, say things with my own, how am I trying to say this? With my own perspective. I try to see other people's perspective. I am married to a white man. I have white best friends. I don't have to go through the list, but even mentors of mine are white. And I often try to put myself in their shoes and understand where they're coming from. I know that they see the world differently than I do, so I don't expect them to be as full force right away, because they don't feel like their brothers and sisters are dying. You might. I'm sorry, I can't say that about all white people. You might feel like that, and I think that's a beautiful thing that you feel connected to Black people in that way, and I believe that you should. Yeah. I don't even know where I was going with that. But thinking 360 or thinking in a 180 view, put yourself in the other person's shoes. So if you've heard multiple times that you come off racist, if you've heard multiple times that you shouldn't say all lives matter, all that stuff, of course you're going to have to digest it for yourself, and you can't really just flip a switch. I know, I wish it were that easy, but you need to listen. You need to put yourself in that Black person's shoes. What is that Black person feeling like when that cop is walking toward them? Do they feel safe? Do they feel like they're being protected and served? We don't. We don't. So I'm here to tell you that. If you're listening to this and you're a white person and you don't understand it, text me, call me, IM me. Go into my DMs and ask me for my phone number, call me, FaceTime me. I will explain it to you through my perspective, and I will connect you to people who can explain it even better than I can, because I know I'm only seeing things through one pair of eyes. Yeah. Next thing, staying quiet. There are people that I've had in my life forever, white people and Black people, and they will post about Trump. They will post about, they'll post about a bunch of stuff. Like, these Trump supporters is really who I'm talking about. I'm just going to be blunt. And they'll talk about riots and negative light and all that stuff. And when a cop kills a Black person, they'll be silent. I'm like, are you moved at all by this? Do you care at all? But I'm just telling you now, it's coming off like you don't care. To me, and to a lot of other Black people. Yes, I will speak for myself, but I'll also say, I've spoken to so many people about this. It comes off as though you don't care. This is a minority issue. This doesn't have to do with me. I'm a privileged white person, and this minority issue, it's not going to really affect me. So you guys do your thing, and I'm just going to look away. Just so you know, it's still happening. You can look away all you want. It's still happening. It's still going to affect you. But I would just want you to realize that for yourself before it's like thrusted upon you. So yeah, don't stay quiet. Have a voice. If you think that riots are bad, Black lives don't matter, or all lives matter, post about it. Like, why are you being silent? Like, don't be... I just don't think that. I think that shows weakness. I think that shows a lack of empathy, a lack of understanding, and that it's not really important to you. Black issues aren't important to you. That's what it comes off as. The next thing I want to talk about is your role in all of this. Where should I be? Should I be posting on social media? Is that doing anything? Should I be donating? Where's my money really going? Should I be rioting? I'm kind of scared. I don't know if I'm going to get hurt, and I have a family. Where is your role in all of this? What do you need to do to make a change? You need to open your mouth and you need to speak about it. I don't know if it's calling your racist dad and talking to him about the things that need to change in this country. Your friends who usually just hang out with and play games, open up to them. Hey guys, like what do you think about this? Like, how can we actually progress? Like, I'm kind of scared to go to a riot. What do you think I should do? But what I have to say for myself, I'm always going to speak exactly what I think, because I know that I can grow. I know that I can change. This airplane is probably making it really hard to hear me, and I'm really sorry. And this is getting really long, and I want to get out of here. But, yeah, so find your role in all of this. Being on the fence and being silent is not a role. That's just you being on the side of police brutality. That's you being on the side of not caring about progress in this country. And that's how you're coming off to me. And you're probably like, Dory, like, who are you? You have no effect on my life. Why do I might not matter to you. There are a ton of people's opinions that don't matter to me, and that's how we have to go on with life. If everyone's opinion mattered to us, we would all be anxious, we'd all be crazy. So yeah, Trump supporters, all lives matter people, like, honestly miss me with it. Like, you honestly don't really need to talk to me ever again unless you're trying to gain perspective on something. All right. Lastly, and most importantly, okay, firstly, a couple of weeks ago, my mom texted me and she said, Dorian, like, if you were to die, I don't know if she's phrased it like that, she probably didn't, but if you were to pass away, whatever, how would you want people to remember you? I want people to remember me that I just made people smile, that I made people laugh, and I loved people. And posting things like, defund the police, burn down the police station, burn the police cars, do your thing, and saying, I love people, I want people to succeed, I love the idea of a melting pot that America can be. Sometimes those two things don't go together, and I understand that you might not understand that, but I'm fed up, I'm over it, I'm angry. Burn down the police stations, burn the police cars. They are killing human beings. If there's something in you that doesn't understand what, like, okay, there were 4 cops standing around George Floyd. One cop had his knee on George's neck as he was dying. And other cops were holding people back, like, there are people recording literally 6 feet away. We've all seen the videos. If that doesn't, like, hit you hard, something's wrong. Something needs to change. You're not an ally, and you're not for progress in the country. I love people so much. I love people so much. I love Black people. I love white people. I love Asian people. I love Hispanic people. I love the people of the world. I don't believe that there will ever be a utopia where nothing's going on wrong and no injustice is happening. I just don't believe in that. But I believe that we can get better. First, there was slavery. Then there was the 3/5 compromise, where Black people counted as only 3/5 of a person in the United States. Then we were free, and there were Jim Crow laws, where we were basically indentured servants having to continuously work for our freedom. Then there was the civil rights movement, where Black people were being assassinated and killed in the streets. And right here in 2020, we have the people who are wearing blue, supposed to be protecting and serving, stepping on our necks and killing us. It has to change, or I would love to see everything burned to the ground. Yeah. Let me know what you think. I understand there's a couple jarring things. Pray for me. I'm praying for you guys. God is love. Remember when Jesus walked into the temple and saw those people gambling and he threw over the tables? Uh, yeah, we're going to turn some tables. I love you, and maybe this opens some people's eyes. Continue to speak. I am a walking testimony of social media posts working. I am a walking testimony of opening my mouth and speaking about police brutality. I have literally changed people's ways of thinking, and you can do the same. Don't think that you have to jump on and do a YouTube channel and do that. You can, that's great, but calling someone and speaking to them and changing their perspective is what I would love and what I would want. So I'm rambling, and I love you, and I understand that it might not seem that way, or I might come off as abrasive or angry. You are 100% right. I am. And things are going to get better. I have such faith in this country. I have faith in Americans, and we built this together. Let's continue to build and move toward progress. Have a beautiful day.